Alright, so hello, Tumblrland and whoever else is watching this. I decided I was gonna do an accent challenge for Hannah, aka Pinkie Pie, or the Pinkest Dreamer on, the Pinkest Dragon, sorry. The Pinkest Dragon on Tumblr. And this is probably gonna be like a little bit ridiculous because my brain is kind of woo, but you know, I thought it'd still be fun. Okay, so, yeah. Name, my name is Ellie. I also go by Pessimistless on Tumblr and Instagram and all that good stuff. Where are you from? I am from Madison Heights, Virginia, but I've lived all over the place. I just currently live in Madison Heights, Virginia, and I was born in Alexandria, Virginia. How do you pronounce these words? Aunt or aunt? It depends on what I'm talking about. Like, I have an aunt Tracy and an aunt Denise, so it just depends on what the word is that follows the aunt, or if I'm talking about someone else's relation, I normally call them aunts. Roof, although my mother says roof. Route, I don't say route. Theater, iron or iron. If it's the metal, it's iron. If it is the thing you use to press clothes and make them all not wrinkly, it's iron. I iron my clothes. Salmon, caramel or caramel. Again, it depends on what I'm talking about. Fire, water, New Orleans, pecan or pecan. Depends on what I'm talking about. Both, again, probably. Alabama, lawyer, coupon, mayonnaise, mayonnaise. I say mayonnaise. Pajamas, caught, naturally, aluminum, GIF. It's the whole debate over GIF and GIF. I say GIF. Tumbler, crackerjack, doorknob, envelope, and GPOY. I don't know why GPOY is there. I actually never understood what GPOY stands for. So, you know, there you go. What's it called when you throw toilet paper on a house? TPing. What is a bubbly carbonated drink called? Soda. Always soda. Never pop. Never pop. It killed me in Oklahoma because there were people that did not know what soda was. They thought it was a baking soda. And I'm like, nah, it's the thing you drink, like Coke. What do you call gym shoes? Tennis shoes or sneakers or running shoes? It just depends on what I'm talking about, who I'm talking to, and what they actually are. Like, my Vans are sneakers. The little, like, white shoes that moms and stuff wear, those are normally tennis shoes to me, and running shoes are running shoes. What do you call your grandparents? Grandma or grandpa. I don't have grandparents, so, my great-grandparents were just my great-grandmothers, and they were always grandma. We just called them grandma. I also have a Grammy, but she's not in my life, so yeah. What do you call the thing you carry groceries in at the supermarket? A cart. They're looking for cart. I don't use a cart though because I'm in a wheelchair. We use a basket and just put the stuff in there. Like a hand basket, not a pushing basket. What do you use to change the channel? A remote is what they're looking for, I guess. Choose a book and read a passage from it. Okay, I'm going to read the first pages of the third chapter. Oh, sorry, that's like a really weird angle. Of An Acquaintance with Darkness by Anne Rinaldi. 2 days later, Mama was having one of her rallying days, so she said it was all right if Uncle Valentine came to call. He'd send a note around. There were matters he needed to discuss, he said. I got her out of bed, dressed her in a good morning gown, fluffed up her hair, and gave her a goodly supply of clean handkerchiefs. She was spitting up blood. I knew she would want to conceal this from Uncle Valentine, what with him being a doctor. A noted surgeon, Mama would call him. She said it with mockery. I did not understand why. Uncle Valentine had gone to school at the University of Edinburgh in Scotland. For most of the war, he worked long hours in Washington military hospitals. He now taught in the National Medical College and did experiments in his laboratory there. For as long as I could remember, he had been looking for a cure for the wasting disease. I did not know what this disease was, but he was obsessed with finding a cure for it. Mama said he sometimes took in people off the street when he thought they had it. He studies them, she said. There was contempt in her voice. Mama also said there was no wasting disease, even while she coughed up blood and wasted away in front of me. He claims his wife died from it, Mama said. What she died from was drinking rum distilled through lead pipes. The day Uncle Valentine came to call, there was a parade outside our windows. Washington paraded if President Lincoln got over a cold. Still, I couldn't very well keep the fall of Richmond from Mama. The day was clear and bright for the first time in weeks. From outside came the sounds of cannon firing, people celebrating, bells ringing, soldiers marching. When I told Mama about Richmond, she sighed. So the war will soon be over then. I'm glad I lived long enough to see it. Have there been any letters from my sister? No, but I'm sure it's just that she's too busy, Mama, I said. You can't go to Richmond and live now. She'll have all she can do keeping her own body and soul together. She seemed resigned. Where will you go? Mrs. Keckley has offered to find me a place. I didn't tell her the Surratts had offered to. Actually, I think that's pronounced Surratts, but I never knew with this book because I read it when I was a kid. It takes place during the end of the Civil War in the DC area. So, that gives you a little background information. I don't know. There's probably going to be weird angles on this camera because my arm is really tired and yeah.